Yeah, hello. I'm Justin Porter, and today's date is the 9th of December, and I just want to wish Colin Zafke a happy 42nd birthday for tomorrow, the 10th of December, and he was born in 1981. So happy birthday, Colin Zafke. Subscribe to his channel. It's called CO Visit, great YouTube channel. CO Visit, his name's Colin Zafke, and tomorrow he's going to be 21 for the second time around. Now today's date, I just want to show a bit of my history, and first of all, I'm going to deal with 2 suicides I've had in my family. Here is a picture of my beautiful sister Lisa. In loving memory of Lisa Mary Porter, born 23rd November 1958, died 21st December 1994. My beautiful sister Lisa has been nearly dead for 29 years. So on the 21st December 1994, she took a lethal injection of Nembutal, which is a vet's drug. And she worked in a laboratory at the Garvan Institute in Sydney. She worked with animals, laboratory animals. She studied cancer. And when they finished with the guinea pigs and the rats, giving them cancer, and they'd go and see sea creatures or plants that would attack the cancer cells of the rats or the cancer cells of the rabbits or the mice, she'd use Nembutal, and she took a lethal injection of Nembutal on the 21st December 1994 at the age of 36. 1994, I was 33, and I was absolutely devastated by her death. And I kind of feel partly responsible for her death because I drifted away from my sister. When I became a Jehovah's Witness, I drifted away from my sister, yeah? And my sister was a devout atheist. She was 100% atheist. She always was an atheist, even when she was a child. She was also always an atheist. And when I became a Jehovah's Witness, before I got baptized in 1994, I used to preach to her all the time. And it caused a bit of a rift because she was an atheist. And I was Jehovah's Witness. Unbaptized, though. I didn't get baptized till 1996. But she suicided, and I kind of feel responsible for that because I thought I drifted away from her, and she thought she'd lost me to a religious cult, and she did. So I feel guilty for that. But, hey, beautiful sister, Lisa, and 21st December, she's coming up for her 29th death anniversary. Now, here is my beautiful father. This is the year 1961. So we're going back to the year 1961 when I was born. That's my beautiful mother, Benita, who was born in 1932. It's my beautiful father, who was born in 1930. That's my beautiful sister, Lisa, who committed suicide. Lisa was born in 1958. There's my big brother, Scott, who was born in 1957. Now, my father, who was born in 1930, Mum was born in 1932. Mum died in 1962 from an asthma attack at the age of 30. And my dad was 32 at the time, and he was so devastated by her death because he was a doctor that he was so grief-stricken. He ended up committing suicide in 1969 at the age of 38. He didn't make his 39th birthday. He died at the age of 38. And I was 8 in 1969, and my brother was 12 in 1969, and my sister was 11 in 1969. Here's my beautiful mother, Benita, who died. I think this was taken in 1961, 1962. And my mother died in the year 1962, at the age of 30. So I think that's the year she died of an asthma attack. You know, there's me at the beach. I think that's probably 964. 960, I think that's about 964. There's me at the beach in Sydney, Balmoral Beach. That's probably about 1964, I think. It's me again at the beach. It's about probably 964, 60 years ago. There's me and my brother and sister. It's probably about 963. That's probably 963. I look about 2. And so my beautiful father committed suicide. He was a doctor and he was addicted to pethidine because he had a leg injury when he was younger, and he was stealing pethidine from the Parramatta Hospital, and he committed suicide, and he wrote my grandparents a suicide note. And at the time my father committed suicide, I was in an orphanage. Me and my brother, in 1968, when I was 7 and my brother was 11, 1968 and 1969, we were in a government-run orphanage. I was never molested, never abused, neither was my brother. We're never harmed. It was a government-run orphanage. 1968, Burnside Boys Home. Burnside Boys Home, 1968-69. And then on the 22nd of February 1969, my father took a lethal overdose of Nembutal tablets. He was found in Parramatta Park in Sydney with a suicide note under his head. And he wrote a suicide note to my grandmother's because he lost his job as a doctor. They deregistered him as a doctor, and him and his girlfriend wanted to get custody of us 3 children, but because he'd stolen pethidine, which is a very strong painkiller he became addicted to pethidine, stole boxes of it, he lost his job as a doctor and couldn't get custody of us 3 children. And because when I was at the orphanage, me and my brother, he used to pick us up every fortnight, every Saturday morning, every second Saturday, 1968, 1969, and take us to our grandparents' place. So yeah, and that's me as a little kid. There's my mummy and me. Now that's my mother and me. That's the year 1961. When my mother's 29, she died the year later. So when Mum died, I was only 1.5, and when Dad committed suicide, I was only 8 years old. And that's Mum and Dad. That's Mum, she's younger, and that's Mum on the left, her little sister on the right, you know. And now here, I want to show a picture of my beautiful wife. Now, if Nicole discovers this, she'll get really upset. This is Nicole and me in 1998. 4th of March 1998, we got married on the 14th of March 1998. Nikki was about 25 and a half, and I was just before 37. So there's 11 and a half year gap between us. So when we got married, Nikki was like 25 and a bit, and I was just before my 37th birthday. So Nikki was born in November 1972, and I was born in April 1961. And there was our lovely wedding photo, and we're still together. We have a beautiful marriage. That brother that married us in the Kingdom Hall is Farley James, and that's Nikki and I there. That's another wedding photo. That's Nikki's mum and dad. It's funny, Nikki's dad is only 15 years older than me, and he looks so much younger, because if you look at me with the grey hair, I was going to dye my hair. I said, dye my hair, can't have grey hair. She goes, no, don't you? Nikki said, if you dye your hair, I'll divorce you, she said. And now she just said, if you give me a blood transfusion, I'll divorce you. But Nikki and I are still very happily married. We have a lovely marriage. That's us there, back in 1998. Oh, here's a good one. There's Nikki's dad with the beard and the brown hair. Nikki's dad was born in 1946. I was born 1961, so there's Nicky was born 1972. Nicky's mum was born in 1947, and that's a cousin. I don't know when he was born. That's her uncle. I don't know where. But I'm the old guy with the grey hair. I went grey in 1988 when I was 27. Yeah, so there we go there. And yeah. So I hope Nicky doesn't discover that her face is on my video, because she goes, "Don't you ever put me on your videos?" I hope I don't have to delete this video, but she doesn't check my videos, thank goodness for that. She doesn't look at my apostate videos, which isn't amazing. Yeah, so that's Nicky and I. And yeah, so more photos. Now here, this is the year 971. 971. See if you can pick me in the photo. Which one's me? 1971. I was 10 years old. Now, they aren't my brothers and sisters. They're just the kids. They're the next door neighbour kids. They're not my brother and sister. But I'm the one with the dark hair. I'm the one in the front with the dark hair. And those two boys in the back, one with the light brown hair and the blonde kid at the back, they're the next door neighbours, and she lived next door too. They weren't brothers, but that's me, a 10-year-old. Now, this is the year. This photo here was taken at my big sister's 30th birthday party. Now, that's me in the middle at the age of 27 in 1988. Me at the age of 27 in 1988, and that's about 2 months after Jehovah's Witnesses first knocked on my door. So Jehovah's Witnesses knocked on my door in September of 1988, and I was brainwashed pretty much straight away. But here I am celebrating my sister's 30th birthday, and that's my big brother Scott, who's a doctor. Scott was born in 1957, and that's my dad's sister, Auntie Margaret. But that's me, the year 1988. Look at me in 1988. I was a lot younger in 1988, young fella. Incredible. Incredible, yeah. And here's another one of Nicky and I, our wedding. And I'm trying to think what other ones there are. Do I have any current photos of Nicky? And yeah, and one of the main reasons why I left Jehovah's Witnesses, because this religion drives people to suicide. When I started watching YouTube videos, that's about people committing suicide. That's Nicky and I at a international assembly in Melbourne. That's the 1998 International Assembly in Melbourne. 11.5 year gap. 11.5 year gap, and I look so much older with the grey hair. But that's our wedding cake too. It's a wedding cake. But Nicky and I, and 1999, that's us in 1999. Now this is Nicky when she was a kid. Now both Nicky and I, that's Nicole, not in the front, but that's Nicole on Santa's lap. And yeah, that's Nicole there on Santa's lap. That was taken 1978, I think, or something like that, when Nicky was just a kid, you know. And that's, yeah. And that's Nicky's family. Now, none of Nicky's family are Jehovah's Witnesses. Her brother's a Presbyterian, her sister's an agnostic, her mother was her mother was a Christian, Presbyterian, and that's Nicky in the front there. That's Nicky with her friends. And yeah, so here we are, some more photos. That's me in 1972 when I was about 11. That's me in 1971 as a 10-year-old. There's my sister in the middle who committed suicide in 1994, the age of 36. Now Lisa's 13 there. That's Julie Stevens. That's her friend. And that's my mum's mum and dad, my grandparents, my mum's mum and dad, who were both born in 1905. Both born in 1905, so they're 66 years old there. And that's me as a 11-year-old. And here, you can tell I wasn't a Jehovah's Witness kid, because what Jehovah's Witness kid has a metal gun? Now that here is probably 1964, when Justin's mother died, he went to live with his great-grandparents, who were then my grandparents there. So this is 1964, so my mum had been dead for 2 years, and there's me with a metal gun. A metal gun. In 1964, I was 3. And there's my big brother, 1964. It's 1964. My sister's 6. I'm 3, and my brother was 7 in 1964. Yeah, so that's the swinging 60s. Probably listening to Beatles music and getting into mischief there, but you can tell I wasn't a Jehovah's Witness kid by the gun. It's me in 1964. Gun. And you can tell that Nikki wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, because there's Nikki celebrating her sister's 2nd birthday. That's Nikki's little sister there. Yeah. And there's a birthday cake there. So you can tell we weren't Jehovah's Witnesses as kids. Nikki became a Jehovah's Witness basically in 1988. And I became a Jehovah's Witness in 1988. But didn't get baptised. I didn't get baptised till 1996 because I was a cigarette smoker. Yeah, I was a cigarette smoker. Could not give up cigarettes. Now this is me in 1978. That's me in 1978 at the age of 17. Yeah, 1978. My sister wrote Justin or Greg Brady. She reckoned I looked like Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch. This is me in 1977, the age of 16. I'm on the far left. That's my sister's boyfriend, Keith, and that's my big brother, Scott, who's 20. I think Keith's about 21 there. That's me painting a fence, 1977. I was 16. Yeah. And here I'm 1980. Justin and his sister. That's me there. I'm actually tripping on LSD there. When that photo was taken, I was on LSD actually, because I think, yeah, those photos were taken. I was on, my sister wasn't, but I was on LSD. That's my big sister, Lisa, who was born in 1958. So Lisa was 22 and I was 19. What a great age. Me and my tattoos, 1980 at the age of 19. It's young and slim. Now I have grey hair, I'm fat and wear glasses. I could become a governing body member. I'm fat, I have grey hair, I have glasses and wrinkles, and I've got very white skin. So I could become a governing body member. Because if you look at me now, I'm white, grey, got glasses, and I have a big belly. So I could become like the governing body, because they're all glasses, grey hair, and chubby, you know. So that's me at 22. I'm a 22-year-old in 1983. And to be young again. 1981, that's me in 1981. Colin, if you're watching this, Colin Zafke, you were born 1981. It's me in 1981 at the age of 20. Young and with my Winfield 25s, pack of Winfield 25s. There's me just looking up in the air. Yeah, so the way I used to dress, 1983, look at the clothing. Wow, the clothing I used to wear. Incredible. Everyone used to dress. And here's my big sister who committed suicide. This is 1988, my sister's 30th birthday. Now that's Lisa at the age of 30. It's her 30th birthday. And she committed suicide 6 years later. There's Scott, who's 31. I was 27, and that's my dad's sister. And there we are there. 3 children, me, my sister, my big brother. Now this one here was taken in 1983. Lisa, my big sister, was 25, and I was 22. 22 years old. Wow, so young. In our 20s. Incredible. Yeah. And trying to think what other photos there are. But yeah. And I think that's about I think that's it. Give me a look. I'm trying to think if there's any. Oh, there's another one, Nikki and I. Nikki and I. That's a print, you know. Oh, yeah, that's how the year we got married. Yeah, the married, it's me. But yeah, and there's another one of Nikki and I wedding. But I'm trying to think if there's any current photos of Nikki. Yeah, I do have current ones of her, but they're in the other album. But yeah, so today I just wanted to show a bit of my history and my life for 1961, and brainwashed by the Watchtower in 1988, the age of 27. Didn't become baptised until 1996 because of marijuana and tobacco. I was a heavy marijuana smoker and tobacco. And yeah, you know, it's funny how we change over the years, you know. Here's me now in 2023, and that's me back in 1988. That's about 2 months after I first got brainwashed. So I think I was telling them about the Watchtower. I used to tell all my friends about the Watchtower, about Jehovah and the Paradise, and I'd be smoking a marijuana joint, preaching to them. And yesterday, the 8th of December, it's been 1 year no alcohol. 1 year, a whole year without alcohol, and I don't want to have alcohol. Nikki and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and I didn't want to have alcohol. I said, no thanks, no, I don't want it. So, yeah. And marijuana, I haven't had marijuana for 1 year and 4 months. So August 2022, which was 1 year and 4 months ago, which is 16 months ago. So I've been completely sober, you know. So, yeah, I just wanted to, before I go, trying to think if there's any current ones of Nikki and I. I don't think there is. Mainly, my current ones are all. Have I shown you those? No, I've shown. There's me 965, 964 was about. No, that's probably 965, 964. Yeah, but probably about. That's been 965. Yeah. Back in the 60s. But, yeah. But, Jehovah's Witnesses, because of the suicide thing. When I found out that people were committing suicide because they've been shunned, and I feel suicide sometimes. I feel suicidal sometimes. But I would never commit suicide because I'm 62 years old. And I don't have a lot of life left. I'm going to be dead one day, so might as well suffer and enjoy life, because life's not all that bad. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of loneliness, a lot of worry, but one day it's going to end. You're not going to live forever. And I'm an atheist agnostic. Someone commented the other day, and they wanted to know, because I said atheist and agnostic are the same. I was wrong. And 2 people commented on what, you know, I commented on somebody's video. I call myself an agnostic atheist. It's the same. It's not the same. Agnostic, someone who doesn't believe in God. Atheist doesn't believe in God. Agnostic doesn't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I am an atheist, but I'm also an agnostic a little bit. I'm kind of on the fence, and I'm a fence sitter. I'm sitting in between atheist and agnostic, and if I was at a funeral, I'd never come out as an atheist. I'd always come out as agnostic. If I was at a table with a whole bunch of religious people, I would come out as an agnostic. Because if I say atheist, they object to that, and they're going to debate. Agnostic, people tolerate agnostics more than atheists. So I even though I really am an atheist, I'm also an agnostic. I'm both, you know. And people say, well, I don't like labels. Why label? You know, agnostic, atheist. But yeah, well, for convenience sake, I call myself an agnostic. I think when I'm around other atheists, a lot of atheists in Australia say, I'm an atheist too. Oh, good, I'm an atheist too. That's okay, but when I'm around religious people, or if I was at a funeral, I'd say, look, I hope there is life after death, and I hope you do see your loved one again. We just don't know, but hopefully there is something. There's got to be something better, So I kind of, tact, But thanks again. My beautiful wife Nicole is at the Kingdom Hall, and I hope the thumbnail on this video doesn't show Nicole. Because she'll get cranky if I show her a video. I'm trying to think if there's a later one of my wife, but they're all on the phone. A lot of the photos of Nikki now. But Nikki still has brown hair. Nikki was, when she was in her late 20s, when she got married, she was naturally blonde. Now her hair's brown. I had steely grey hair. Now my hair's gone white. That's just age. But yeah, thanks for listening. And I've got to go now, and that's my history. And I don't know what to call this video. I think I might just call it my history. But I just want to say goodbye, and thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.